Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have supervision, enhanced hearing, extraordinary reflexes, to be, dare we say, superhuman? Well, Roku's new Pro Series TV can't do any of that for you. But with a 4K screen, side-firing speakers, and a blazing fast refresh rate, it'll sure feel like it. Elevate your entertainment using all your favorite apps like iHeart and play all your music, radio, and podcasts with the new Roku Pro Series. Your senses aren't better. Your TV is.
Wake your ass up, fool. Johnjay and Rich. What's crack-a-lackin'? This is the big boss dog, Snoopy Deagle Double Jizzle. Bang, boom, what you gonna do? Johnjay and Rich. We're not talking about Ren 1010. We're not talking about Lashley. It's the one and only dog, y'all. The classy, sassy, big Snoop Deagle Double Jizzle. In your face to be and in the place to be. And you're listening to Johnjay and Rich. Wake your ass up, fool.
Johnjay and Rich. It's Monday, March 24th, 2025. Our phone number is 877-937-1047. Give us a call. You can also text us. Text JJR in your message to 96893. March Madness, U of A Wildcats, Sweet 16. Big deal.
I was worried for a minute.
Why?
Because they were losing by a lot early, and then they just turned on the Jets.
It's pretty big news, man.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, those Wildcats going, they're playing Duke now, and someone down the hall went to Duke, and they're wearing all their Duke gear. I'm wearing all my U of A gear. And I'm like, let's go. Let's have a bet. And they're like, okay, let's do a bet. I'm like, all right, loser has to hang out in my cold plunge for 10 minutes. So
how long do you usually go?
I usually go 2 to 3 minutes. Just because I don't know, I'm always pressed for time, and it's hard to sit in there for 10 minutes.
I think I lasted like 0.1 seconds.
Oh, yeah,
so I know.
You were barely in it. You were like,
but I know you do it all the time, so I'm wondering if that bet payoff would be fair. Because if you usually spend 10 minutes in it anyway, you'd be like, no big deal.
No, you did it like I always visualize a cartoon where the cartoon's like running in the water. You're like barely touching the water. But anyway.
Kyle doesn't like to be cold.
I do not.
Have you seen all the drama with Caleb Love, the guy that plays for U of A?
I know who Caleb Love is, but I don't know the drama between them.
I guess, because he transferred to U of A from University of North Carolina, and he was dating this girl, and I guess the girl cheated on him with some other guy that was on the University of North Carolina, and they all transferred schools. So now it's like all going viral during March Madness because the girlfriend that started the drama between the two teammates just lost to go to the Sweet 16. She plays for Oregon.
Oh, really?
So I'm like eating all of the NCAA drama up. I'm loving it.
I like Caleb Love. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I actually, this is going to sound weird, played board games with him one time.
Oh, yeah?
It's so random.
But a lot of people watch a lot of March Madness basketball over the weekend. When I was watching it last night, I heard something, and it made me think of dirty Monday Night Football. I call this dirty March Madness, and Caleb Love is in it.
Caleb Love penetrating.
You've got to make him use the ball screen. He's got a good-looking stroke.
He's got an incredible pace about him.
Take it to the rim and hammer it.
And Biddle gets a piece.
And he's able to finish. Nuts. I mean, think about this.
Bear down. Okay, so Payton, what's the latest in your rebrand?
Well, the latest in my rebrand is that I'm now starting to really venture out with some of my outfits. So on Saturday, my friend Zaria, she's in town from Portland, and it was her birthday. So we're like, okay, we're going to go out to downtown Phoenix. It's going to be a vibe, whatever. So I'm looking through my closet. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm going to wear because I feel like I don't have very many clothes that match my rebrand, and I feel like I'm running out of options, right? So I'm looking through my closet, and I ended up wearing this outfit that if I explain it to you, you would be like, ew, that sounds hideous. But the outfit absolutely ate down because literally nobody in downtown Phoenix, or I think maybe anyone ever, had anything that I was wearing. I had a completely different look than anyone else, which is what I'm going for. So I loved it.
Were you wearing like a traffic cone for a hat?
No.
Not going to see many people doing that.
No, so I was wearing this like oversized white t-shirt that's like a 2XL. So it's like almost down to my knees basically. And then I was wearing these jorts that I thrifted from Goodwill, and I'm sure they're just some old man's old jean shorts. They're like black. They like go right above my knee. Then I had on my big trench jacket coat that Rich loves. And then I went into my boyfriend's closet, and I stole one of his fitted hats, and I put on the fitted hat, and then I wore like knee-high boots.
Oh, yeah. That sounds kind of cool.
It looked actually like ridiculous. When I looked in the mirror, I was like, you look ridiculous. This is perfect.
So do you have a picture of said outfit that you can post on Johnjay and Rich?
Yeah, I have it on my Instagram. I'll collab with Johnjay and Rich. But the outfit is very interesting, but I feel like it was so fun. Like, here, this was the look.
Yeah.
So, like, just so different.
You pulled that off just fine.
Weird. Thanks, Richie. I honestly felt like the most confident going out, like, on the town in a really long time.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I'm starting to see the effects of my rebrand.
Yeah, when you say branching out, that is a big risk for you.
Yeah.
But it looks like it totally works.
It did. I loved it. So I'll have to post on Johnjay and Rich so everyone can see.
So speaking of outfits and rebranding, I saw this video. You know how I've posted before, I believe, like my morning routine, parts of my morning routine, because I have a very extensive, long morning routine.
I don't even know how you get here, quite honestly.
I know. And yesterday, some video of this guy went viral. Do you guys see the video? Have you heard about it yet? Maybe you'll hear about it next day or two. This guy's morning routine went viral. And he films himself doing it all. And he starts off with taking off the hostage tape, the mouth tape. And he does this whole thing, right? And he does this exercise in the morning. But the thing is, the guy is shredded. So that's probably why it went viral. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's doing push-ups in the morning. He's doing his drink. He's getting instead of a cold plunge, he puts a bowl of cold water on his face. But he has the best body ever. So this morning, I had to get up a lot earlier than I normally would because my wife had to go to the airport and I had to take her to the airport. So I thought, I could film her. She could film me driving in this morning, I thought. So because I never have that, because it's dark. So I kind of tried to film a little bit of my morning routine, and I put together a little video. But so far, I've looked at it like 5 or 6 times, and I'm hesitant because part of it is I do this morning routine, and I'm in my underwear, and I have my shirt off, and I'm so... What's the word? Like, so insecure of the body image. What do we call that?
Body dysmorphia.
Body dysmorphia. Yeah, like I'm looking at it. I'm like, but I do feel that I feel like I'm at my best overall health I've ever had.
Well, that's amazing.
So I like it. Like when I look at myself, I'm okay with it. But I'm already preparing the comments. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm preparing for. And then part of me just going to say, screw it, just do it, just post it. And it's only it's a second with my shirt off. But I'm like, I should do it. No, I'm not going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it. So I'm on the fence right now with it. But I'm hoping that it goes viral like the buff dude. But except I'm not buff.
Just do it.
Just do it.
You're buffering still.
I'm buffering. That's it.
It sounds like the guy was doing one of those unget ready with me, which you should totally do. I think it could go viral with how much stuff you have on your head and your face when you wake up in the morning.
I know.
Like, it's like literally instead of get ready with me, it's get unready with me. And you take all the stuff off.
Get unattached to my machine.
You got to see this video of this guy. It's just unbelievable. The guy has the best body I've ever seen in a human being in my entire life, and his house is so freaking cool. Like when you see his shower, you're like, how do you get a shower like that? I'll find it and I'll post it as well. Anyway, Kyle, what's coming up? 3 things you need to know.
I'll tell you why you should avoid the coffee in your office. Next, with Johnjay and Rich.
Here we go. I wake up with them. Get up. Johnjay and Rich.
Kyle, what are 3 things we need to know?
Sometimes you're at work and you just need a coffee, right? For whatever reason it is. They say you should probably avoid the coffee at your office. The coffee machines in most office break rooms could actually be pumping your body full of compounds that boost your cholesterol levels, potentially increasing your cardiovascular risk over time. I guess most workplace coffee machines contain higher levels of those cholesterol-raising compounds because they use metal filters. So if you're concerned about this, they say switch to the paper filters. That'll help. Now, thanks to a partnership announced last week between DoorDash and Klarna, customers can now buy a burrito or McDonald's and pay for it later across 4 interest-free payments. The deal provides diners who spend at least $35 more flexibility, but experts are saying if you miss a payment, you start getting multiple late fees, and it could end up being a very expensive Big Mac or whatever you ordered. So we talked about this a little bit on air, but off air quite a bit. The chubby filter on TikTok that went viral last week used AI to make it appear as though you gained a lot of weight, giving a full body before and after. It caused a lot of chatter, and now, because of that, it's been banned from TikTok. They completely took it off. Experts warned it was creating toxic online culture and could contribute to toxic diet culture. As a result, TikTok was like, listen, we're not going to deal with this. We're just going to ban the filter altogether. It's gone.
Is that the one I did?
Yep.
Oh, still good. You can see it. It's still, before they banned it, but it's still on my Instagram.
That's right. And that's 3 things you need to know.
Let's see. Do you guys recognize this song? Hold on. Season finale of Severance.
Yes.
Did you watch it, Kyle? Did you
No,
you
I'm
caught up?
not. I haven't caught up yet.
You
I'm
haven't
still
caught up.
watching Dexter.
You're still 2009.
I'm committed.
Dexter that you've already seen before.
Yes.
Just real quick. So the season finale of season 2 of Severance was Friday. And I will tell you this. I watched the interview with Gemma, the wife, right? And blew my mind. You know why?
Why?
Because she's all, hello.
Is she really?
Hello, yes. Shooting Severance was a tough one. And I'm like, what the hell?
I actually thought about watching it, but then you've complained about it all season, and I'm like,
Well, I'll tell you.
we'll see what he thinks about the ending, because I think season 1 was very until the final episode.
Same. I skipped the last 2 episodes and watched the finale.
You're probably fine
And I was,
skipping them.
my son Kemp said, you're fine. I did, and I thought it was great. I watched it. I mean, I thought it was great. If I really analyze it, I had problems with the very end. It's stupid, but...
Yeah, I have a lot of problems with it too, but the best way for me to describe it is like, remember the movie Get Out? Mm-hmm. It's like if Get Out were The Office, and now you've got Severance. So there's parts of your life you don't remember, there's parts of it you do, and they kind of explain it, but I have so many, they brought me down so many rabbit trails that they didn't really wrap up.
But does
yet.
it set up for like a season 3, or
Yeah,
does it
for
wrap
sure.
up the story?
It wraps up one story, but there's a couple other that are kind of dangling out there that you kind of want to know what's going on.
It's Get Out without the racism.
yeah,
Because
right.
I mean, the
I
Get
guess
Out
that's
was like,
true.
it was all about horrible racism.
Non-racist Get Out meets The Office.
Okay.
Interesting.
Another show that I saw, and I finished it last night, and I've been on the fence about it, but I think, Kyle, you should watch it, is Long Bright River. It's on Peacock, and it's about a serial killer. And I finished it last night, and there was a point during the last couple of days where I couldn't stop. It consumed my mind, and it was a whodunit, and I finished it, and it's worth it. So I recommend it. I don't highly recommend it. I feel like I need you to see it so we can talk about it. So
Okay.
I need you to finish Dexter.
Okay.
So sometime
I'm on season 6.
next
so I'm
February.
I need you to finish Severance because you're the one who talked us all into it.
I know.
Like you hard sold that for
I know.
months.
There's a very few shows that you started and I finished before you. There are many shows that I started, tell you about it, and you finished it before me. But yeah, so anyway.
You know, you guys, Dexter's just so good. I can't.
But you've
I can't
seen
look
it.
away. I know, but it's like I'm watching it again for the first time because it's been so long since I watched it the first time. Like little things happen, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that guy. But then I don't know where the story's going. I totally forget. There's been so many shows in between then that my mind has sort of like pushed it out of the memory bank. But it's so, I mean, like, I highly recommend going back and watching Dexter if you already watched it the first time and a second time, or if you never watched it at all.
Peyton's predictions. What's the vibe today, Peyton?
I'm going to tell you how your sign handles drama.
Tomas, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Aries here.
Okay, Aries, you guys thrive in drama. If it is going down, you are either starting or finishing it. You don't do petty, you just do full-blown explosions. Your block list is probably stacked, and your response to conflict is immediate. You don't overthink, you're just vibes and fire.
That's very true, and that's a good start to my Monday morning. Thank you for that.
All right, Tomas, drive safe, man. Thanks for calling in.
All right, have a good one.
What's up, Mike?
Good morning, Virgos here.
Okay, Mike and Johnjay, Virgos, when it comes to drama, you try to stay out of it, but if you have to get involved, you do come prepared with a full presentation on why you were right. If you have drama with somebody, it's already analyzed, categorized, and archived for future reference.
Exactly. Called it once again.
Yep.
Mike, thanks for calling in,
Have
dude.
a blessed day.
You too. How about Libras?
Kyle, you act like you hate drama, but you low-key love watching it all unfold. You're the one that's texting your friend like, OMG, tell me everything, and low-key stirring the pot without getting caught. But when drama actually finds you, you just like ghost people and then reappear when it's safe.
I don't know. Maybe I'm with my sun sign on the drama.
Maybe, yeah, probably.
I do like watching the drama unfold, but like when it hits me, I usually just like face it head on.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
So maybe the first part, not the second.
Yeah.
She
yeah.
does handle it head on. Believe me. All right, what about for Pisces, for Rich?
Yeah, Rich, for Pisces, drama actually stresses you out, but you always get dragged into it because you accidentally pick the wrong side. You try to fix things, you cry about it later, and then you write like a sad playlist about the whole situation.
There's nothing about that's not 100%.
How about for you, for Leos?
Well, Leos, we give main character energy, and if drama is happening, it's just our show now. We're either dramatically storming out, making this huge speech, or acting completely unbothered, even though we absolutely love the attention.
Okay. If we didn't get to your sign, they're all posted on our website, johnjayandrich.com. Our text line, you text JJR and whatever's on your mind to 96893. We just got a text right now. And I'm going to read the text, but I wasn't sure if I was going to bring this up on the air or not today. But it says, it's from a 480 number. Johnjay, can you please talk about the murder in your neighborhood? Please don't call me back. I'm working and not able to talk on the phone today. But have a fabulous day. Yeah, there was a murder in my neighborhood Friday.
Just so wild.
So wild. So wild. So there was a murder in my neighborhood. It's all over the news. It was about very close to my house. And my wife and my mother-in-law had just walked by the murder scene within 5 minutes.
Jeez. See, that's too close to home. That's
I know.
too close.
I know. And it's hard to talk about because as the story's unfolded and I've heard the whole story, it's like there's 2 kids involved.
Yeah.
Not involved, but like there's a son that goes to school with my son and there's a daughter that goes to school. So it's like I don't feel like I should talk about it. You know what I mean? But
right.
it was pretty brutal. And but what happened? Well, one of the things that happened with me, if you saw on my Instagram, Blake was telling me how the street was shut down, and I didn't get home till I don't know, almost 2. So I thought I was going to drive down to get home, and I see all these camera crews set up, like you see in a documentary of like every news station is reporting from the neighborhood, and I roll down the window. And there's the camera crew. You guys see that video that the guy they're asking me stuff, right, like that, and then the guy goes, "Hey, this will be on the. We can't get anyone to talk to us." He said, "Will you talk to us?" I'm like, "Sure." And then he tells me it'll run at 4, it'll run at 5, and it'll run at 6. I didn't tell the guy what I did for a living. I don't know if you guys saw that part where he's like, "What's your name?" Right? So I tell my name, right? So when I watched the news story at 4, the guy goes, they go, "Radio personality, Johnjay Van Ness lives in the neighborhood." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So they figured out what I did. Then at 5 o'clock, they didn't run me at all. And I thought, maybe what I said sucked. Then at 6 o'clock, they ran like the whole thing.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was like, oh man, I wonder what. But the 5 o'clock story was more. They had more information, and it was anyway. So you could Google the story and find it, but I don't want to say anything. But it did happen in my neighborhood.
Other than like, is everyone in your neighborhood feel settled, like and safe again?
I don't know, because one of the things too is like the guy that was killed. This isn't going to sound too crazy coming from me, but I've never seen him before. And the guy that shot him, I've never seen him before. And all the other TV stations were talking to neighbors, never seen them before. But I don't talk to my neighbors.
Right.
So I'm sure my wife knows them all. So I don't know. But isn't that wild? Is it a murder in my neighborhood?
Yeah, especially when you're seeing all the police activity and everything roped off and all that afterwards.
Yeah.
Right down the street from you. Got to feel weird.
It was really weird. Really weird. And you can't help but drive by there now and go, oh, that's where the guy was lying. That's whatever.
Yeah, there's a house in my brother's neighborhood, probably 10 houses down from his house, where there was also a murder, and it was pretty gruesome, the story. And it's like every time you drive by there, and like he lives in a nice gated neighborhood, like it's bad stuff happens everywhere, right? But every time you drive by there, it's like, oh, that's where that happened. It's like you'll never be able to rid of it.
So crazy. Also, big news this weekend, or this last couple of weeks, is spring training. The spring training games. And I saw that Kyle was at one over the weekend. Payton was at one with Nick. So let's get into. So Payton, what happened to you at the spring training game, and how was it?
Yeah, so Nick and I, it was a fun game. Nick and I went to the spring training game. It was kind of like a little get-together that we had as the company. So we all were out there.
I wish I would have known.
Yeah.
There were only 8,000 emails about it.
I know. Me and Nick, we decided we were going to go and kind of just go hang out for like an hour or so or whatever. It was a pretty warm day. So we're walking over to where the area is where everyone's at. So we're like, okay, well, let's just grab a drink at one of these little bar kiosk areas, right? So we're going to grab a drink, and it's me and Nick, and we get ID'd. And Nick is like, heck yeah, I'm getting ID'd. I love it, right? He thought it was a compliment. And me, on the other hand, I give the guy my ID, and he looks at me. He looks me up and down. He's like, why does your ID look a lot older than you do? And I was like, I don't know. I guess I'm just lucky. Genetics. I don't know. Rebrand. Like in my driver's license, my hair is straight. And so I think I do look a little bit older when my hair is straightened, but I think I look the same. And he was really looking at my ID. And he, like, handed it back to me and was like, And, like, his attitude was like he was doing me a favor. And it was getting to a point where I was like, sir, I'm 26-year-old. I am flattered that you think that my ID is fake, but give me my vodka cran.
You're like, not to the point where it's like a compliment. It's just like an inconvenience.
No, totally. I was like, I just want to have my drink. Like, thank you, but no.
How about you, Kyle? How was your
Funny.
spring training game?
It was really fun. So you guys, I told you that my dad's been in town, right? And we went with my dad and my two sisters and all the kids. And it was funny because I got my kids out of school early. I feel like things like this, like when my dad's in town, we don't get to see him very often. Like, forget school. Let's go.
100%. What do they call your dad? Is he Grandpa?
He's Doodle.
Doodle. Okay.
Yeah. So like my dad and my stepmom is Doodle and BB. So we went to the game with them. And it was funny because Addie, my daughter, had made it a point to bring a baseball because it was her mission to get it signed by a player. Didn't care who, just signed by a player. And so after, in the spring training games afterwards, every once in a while, one or two of the players will stay and actually sign balls for kids. And she literally, she walked over to the dugout. They told her that she couldn't go in that specific spot, and she noticed everyone rushing to the other side of the field. She's like, Mom, can I go? I'm like, go. She ran over by herself, made her way through the crowd of people up to the front, and got her ball signed.
Oh, that's cool.
I was like,
what a rock star.
I had a little bit of a heart attack because for a second I lost her. I was like, oh my God, this is how it ends. But she popped up and I see her face so excited that she got this signature, right? She comes up and my aunt's there and she goes, you got a signature. Who was it? And Addie goes, I don't know.
I love it. She's just there for vibes and a good time.
Yeah. So my aunt's husband was there, and he's in the organization. He's in the Rockies organization, and so I show him the video of her getting it signed, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's Seth Halverson. He's a pitcher. He's a good guy." And I was like, "Okay, at least now you know."
Way to go, Seth.
Way to go, Seth. I know, and he was the only player that stuck around. It was so nice to the kids. So that was a cool moment for her. I think it's one of those core memories that she'll always.
Yeah,
for sure.
I like that Seth Halverson that he did that. I hope he becomes a massive star if he's not already, because I don't really follow baseball that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, way to go, Seth. What a cool name, too, Halverson.
Yeah.
Seth Halverson. All right. Stacks and Hacks is on the way. Rich, what do you got coming up in Life Hacks today?
There's a couple of medical hacks that doctors say, yeah, you should do them. They really work, and you want to remember these the rest of your life.
Stacks and Hacks and tickets to see the Jonas Brothers. All that's coming up. Johnjay and Rich.
Want to talk or throw some shade?
Oh, yeah. Call Johnjay and Rich, 877-937-1047.
Johnjay and Rich. It is time for Stacks and Hacks. We also got Spring Break Bus coming up. Spring Break Bus in less than 10 minutes. So the Earth's population now, they say, is around 8.2 billion people, but a study in Finland found we might be undercounting rural populations by a lot. They didn't give a number, but there might be billions more people than we originally thought.
Billions?
Billions more. That's crazy. Okay, now get this. A 20-year-old man is suing United Airlines after a pilot opened the bathroom door and yanked him out for taking too long. He'd been in there 30 minutes. He told him through the door he was constipated. He says his pants were still around his ankles. The pilot flung the door open and threw him out.
That's humiliating.
Terrible. But he was in there too long. I guess everyone was waiting. But still. A nutritionist has this diet that's going viral. It's called Eat Like a Baby Diet. It's got three main parts. Eat small, healthy meals or snacks every 2 to 4 hours. Eat slowly to give yourself time to feel full. And avoid mindless munching. Mindless munching is my whole day.
Isn't that the opposite of fasting? If you're eating every 2 to 3 hours, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm. A group of researchers claim they found, and I saw pictures of this, and my son Jake brought this up to me yesterday. A group of researchers claim they found a massive city and huge vertical shafts buried under the pyramids of Egypt.
Heck yeah.
Experts are very skeptical about it. Did you see that?
Yeah, I've seen the imagery. In fact, I went very deep down this rabbit hole, which means the short version is they think that the pyramids might have been like producing electricity, not burial tombs at all, but working the Nile River for electricity for the whole town.
Which even backs up more that aliens built them.
Somebody.
Mm-hmm. Kyle's a millennial, and Nick back there is a millennial. Oh, and Grant's a millennial. Grant, you're a millennial, right? Yeah, okay. New relationship poll claims millennials care more about good bedroom chemistry than having similar hobbies, lifestyles, or political views. Thoughts?
I guess maybe. Because, like, you can do your hobbies by yourself. That could be, like, I think every couple kind of needs their own things. But you got to do that together in the bedroom.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I feel pretty, I think it's more important that you have things in common to talk about.
But that's, like, not
the bedroom,
hobbies
guys.
and, like, that's not what, I guess you need, I don't know. You got to have good communication all around.
You don't need any communication, guys. Just go home and stare at a wall. It's fine.
A 24-year-old guy in Australia got arrested for buying a small amount of plutonium online. His lawyer says he's just a science nerd with a weird hobby. He wanted to collect all the elements on the periodic table. I think you should get arrested for selling plutonium.
For
right?
sure.
I didn't know that was illegal, but all I know about plutonium is it's always something that's in a movie where they're going to kill the world. The average $1 bill has 3,000 different types of bacteria on it. Think about that. Billy Ray Cyrus, Miley's dad, dropped a new song, and there's a little controversy over it because people say it sucks. Has anyone heard the song?
No.
Well, you're in luck because I have it.
Oh, goody.
I have the whole thing.
If you're lost, just ask. You know the future ain't the past. Buckle up and hit the gas. Won't get there looking back. So if you're lost, just ask.
Yeah.
It sounds very country to me. That's his genre.
Snow White won the box office this weekend with a disappointing $43 million, they say.
But then I saw that was like the second biggest opening this year.
I don't know, but they said it was disappointing. Maybe they were expected to be a lot better. Anybody watch American Idol last night? There's something cool in American Idol. A 19-year-old girl shows up to sing, and her mom, her aunt, and her grandfather all had #1 songs. Did you see this?
Yes,
Yeah,
actually.
okay.
Yeah.
So she auditioned with her mom and her aunt.
That's cute.
And Carrie Underwood, I like the way Carrie Underwood kind of freaked out.
I know this pain. Why do you lock yourself up in these chains? No one can change your life except for you. Don't ever let anyone step all over you. Just open your heart and your mind. Is it really fair to feel this way inside?
Bring it home.
Oh,
Someday somebody's gonna turn around and make it right.
Until then, baby, are you gonna...
Her aunt is Wendy, who was in Wilson Phillips, and her mom is Carney, who's in Wilson Phillips, and they had her own TV show for a while. And her dad, her grandpa was in the Beach Brothers. Beach Brothers? Beach Boys.
I thought he was in the Mamas and the Papas.
Beach Brothers are when the Jonas Brothers go to the beach.
The Beach Brothers. Mamas and the Papas, I think he was in.
I don't know. It was Brian Wilson. He's in the Beach
Yeah.
Boys.
That's right. Yeah. Beach Boys.
Rich, what do you got for life hacks?
Okay, so scientists have come together. They're actually doctors, not scientists, come together, and they're like, there's some hacks that sound stupid that maybe even your mom told you, but you should definitely take into account for the rest of your life. A quick 2 for you. Medicine works better if you just take it with room temperature water as opposed to cold water. Cold water makes it almost ineffective. Did you know that? I didn't even know that. Here's another one. If you answer your phone, you're better off answering it from your left ear than your right ear because you will understand what's happening better when you hear things from your left ear than your right ear. I didn't know that either, but those life hacks have been confirmed by medical science doctors. Those life hacks at johnjaynrich.com.
I try to answer my phone on speakerphone because I'm afraid of brain cancer.
Well, that's probably even a better idea.
Yeah.
We want you to be part of the show. Call us 877-937-1047.
Get on the air with Johnjay and Rich.
It's time for Spring Break Bust. What's up, Brady? How are you?
Hey, good. How's it going, guys?
All right, so we're checking in on your girlfriend, right?
Yes. So she's in San Diego on spring break right now, and I'm just really freaked out. She left 2 days ago, and we had this huge fight right before she left, and I really have just not heard from her. We got into this fight because I told her that I wasn't comfortable with her staying at this Airbnb with a bunch of guys that I don't even know. So then she got mad and started calling me insecure and jealous. Tried to explain to her how I was feeling, but it just completely spiraled out of control. So we basically haven't spoke since then, and now she's been gone 2 days, still haven't spoke, and I feel like she's just completely shutting me out.
Well, I have to tell you, out of all the spring breaks in my life, I've spent the majority of them in San Diego. And now San Diego's grown so much now because it used to be just the beach. Then it got, now downtown goes off, Little Italy goes off. There's so many, northern San Diego goes off. So there's a lot of crazy stuff that go, and those are some of the best spring breaks I've ever had were there. And that was before people got desensitized to what's out there in the world today.
Yeah,
You know what
I did. I actually just came across my Facebook memories in my senior year spring break we did at San Diego and Mission Beach, like right over there.
the best.
And you know what they say, if your girlfriend or your boyfriend is going out of town for spring break, you need to leave them there. You have no business being with them.
Especially if they're going, like, go with girls, go have a good time. But if you go in to share an Airbnb with guys and your boyfriend says, hey, man, I think
Wait,
that's...
were you not invited?
No, my spring break didn't line up at school. So
Oh, okay. Because I was like, it'd be one thing if, like, so if it were guys you knew, like her friends' boyfriends, that would be one thing, right? But
Even
so you don't
still.
even know these guys. Like, what's the connection to your
I don't go to
girlfriend?
school with them. So, I mean, they're guys that she goes to school with, but guys like I've never even met.
Pass.
Yeah, that's
So you haven't heard from her in a couple days?
Yeah, so I called her today to check in, and, like, I hope she's having a great time. I mean, I believe you guys that it's great. And she sounded like she was busy, like they were out partying, whatever. There's a lot of music in the background. She did answer, but, like, she was not listening. She said she was at the Airbnb, but it seemed like she was out. When I asked who she was with, she got really mad, like, kind of snapped at me and then just hung up. But why I'm really calling you guys is because last night I got this really weird notification on my Apple Watch saying that she started a workout last night at 1 a.m. that lasted for 4 hours.
Oh my God, what a stud.
Holy
I was like, what is going on? She's into fitness, but that's
fitting something else in.
At 1 in the morning?
Yeah, they're not fitting that.
Unless she's like so drunk and running miles
That's
around
what you
the
guys
beach.
with? I think she's doing it with somebody.
that's
Some
all
guy-
right.
I'm
some
trying to
guy's
give her
working her.
the benefit of the
4
doubt.
hours,
Benefit of the
though?
doubt.
Middle of the night?
4 hours?
She's
unless
getting
it's
word.
unless she's taking like cocaine or something like that, and that makes your heart rate go. It makes it seem
dude.
like a workout.
She's hooking up with a stranger, having the best time of her life.
4 hours?
That's what I'm
Either
saying. The
way.
guy's a stud. Or maybe it's more than one guy.
Oh my gosh,
Stop.
Johnjay.
That's where my mind goes
You're
on the
not,
spring break
you're
bus.
not helping
helping.
Brady.
I mean, holy.
Anyway,
and
Brady.
The reason and then she's not really paying attention to you on the phone today, probably because the 4 guys were still there.
Johnjay.
I mean, they might be. So that's what I'm calling you guys, and hopefully you guys are able to help me out a bit, because I don't know what to do at this point.
Break up with her.
Well, we don't know.
I can't
we'll
imagine what would be at 1 o'clock in the morning getting the heart rate up. In fact, I can't imagine. There's so many red flags on this thing. If I was a guy,
I mean,
if I was a
spring
single guy
break.
and my girl was doing that, I'd be like, see you later, man.
What if somebody stole her watch? There's
that's
got to be
true.
a
I'm
perfectly
sure
good
that you
explanation.
could come up with, what if it was laying down and a bird took it and a
Okay,
lion ate it and the
okay.
lion took off running? Like, I know we could come up with 100
Should
stories.
she not be dancing at a club? Something?
Could be.
Clubs
yeah,
are open
come on.
aren't open at 1 o'clock in the morning. Not like
They
that.
shut down at 2.
Not like that. Anyway. All right. What's your girlfriend's name, Brady?
Kenzie.
All right. We're going to call Kenzie. We're going to get her on the phone, see if she'll do a report, and see if she has a different attitude when we get her on the phone, okay? Especially if we have that whole
All right.
San Diego connection. All right. So hold on the line. Spring Break Bus continues next with Johnjay and Rich.
For a while there, it was rough. These beautiful things that I've got.
All right, we're in the middle of Spring Break Bust. It's Johnjay and Rich. We got Brady on the line. He's very concerned. His girlfriend went to San Diego for spring break. They got an Airbnb, a bunch of girls, a bunch of guys. Red flag number 1.
Yes. That
Red
he
flag.
doesn't know.
Red flag number 2, I'm going to jump around here, is he called her this morning and she was very distant and not paying attention. Red flag number 3 is last night he got an alert on his Apple Watch that I don't know how Apple Watches work, but I guess that her heart rate was going through the roof at 1 o'clock in the morning for 4 hours. Those are that's crazy red flags. Anyway. Oh, hey, Nick. So, hey, Brady, you stay quiet, okay?
All right, got it.
Nick's talking to her right now. Hold on. Nick, how's her personality, first of all? Is she paying attention to you?
I mean, she's paying attention to me.
Okay.
There's certainly other things going on.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So, will you patch her through? Brady, you stay quiet, okay?
All right.
All right, here we go.
Hey, Kenzie, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, so you don't mind being our reporter today?
No, not at all.
Good, because we have people like check in. We check in different places all the time, like what's going on in Miami, what's going on in Cancun, at Havasu, Palm Springs, all the hot spots. And we have yet to check into San Diego, although that is where I went all the time for spring break. So I bet you're having a blast.
Oh my God, San Diego is the best. It's like immaculate here. The weather's so nice, and I'm super committed to the beach, like every single day, all day.
Oh,
beach,
good.
Bar crawling, the best.
Well, how about this? What we like to do is kind of get a rundown of where you've gone, places you've gone, or parties or things you've done. Like, let's just start. Like, how about last night? What'd you do last night?
Okay, so like, you know, basically being drunk on the beach all day. We're going from like restaurant to restaurant, and I would say like I'm a pretty adventurous person, so I like trying things, and I don't just mean like, you know, new restaurants and things. So I'm out. I'm like going to clubs. I'm with my friends. We're doing basically everything that we can. We're not really thinking. We're just like, what's going to optimize the most amount of fun? So we kind of start off the night like making our own boards, and I make sure that like mine is like huge. Mine's like to the top, like overflowing. So.
Well, wait, for those of us that don't know, you want to explain what a borg is?
Oh, it's like a, oh God.
It stands for blackout rage gallon.
Right. It's usually in a big bag.
It's like, well, yeah, it's like, like a gallon, and it's a gallon of water, and you just pour out half the water, and you pour the other half of vodka or tequila, and then you add in all those flavored water things in, and you shake it up, and then you're good to go.
Okay, so you made yours.
Yeah, I just know it's going to mess me up the most. So we're going out. We're like meeting DJs. I try to convince myself that I'm a DJ and get behind the booth. Yeah, but basically, like, it's been so good. Like, shot after shot, San Diego has been the best to me. But I will say, like, last night, like, someone tried to kidnap me, which I was not a big fan of.
Huh?
Yeah, like, some guy just, like, came up in a van, got really close, and tried to pull me in it. And, like, you know, thankfully I have survival instinct, so I'm just, like, scream queening it up. I'm like grabbing people. I'm like trying to fight for my life. And then like I eventually get out of there. But like after all the adrenaline, like I think I did hook up with a girl. So, you know.
You're so calm about all of this.
That's a lot of headlines you buried
like
there.
a whiplash with this story.
The kidnapping thing is very, very important to get into, but let's get into the hookup with the girl part. What?
Oh, like, you know, like post adrenaline, I was super like, oh my God, this is our last night on Earth. Like, I've just survived something crazy. So, yeah, we hooked up. Like, I've never hooked up with a girl before, and like, I don't really think it counts if it's on spring break. Like, that just seems like a thing that's.
I mean, not after a kidnapping attempt. You're totally fine.
Was she the one that tried to kidnap you? Like, did you call the police? Like, where are we on that? Let's get back to kidnapping.
I mean, like, it was okay if she did at that point.
But what do you? How does a van like? What do you like? You're at a party. Like, shouldn't people be like, "Whoa, there's a like"? I have a visual of a dark blue, black van, back doors open. They throw a hood over you, try to throw you in the van, and then peeling out. But people being like, "What's going on here? Is this a jackass stunt?" Like, you know, can you give us more about that?
It's like, you know, taco truck, white van, kind of next to each other. You're like, oh, like that's where they keep the supplies. Like, it just makes sense. So like another white van pulls in, and I'm like, oh, okay, like maybe this is more supplies. Like maybe this is just like someone who's like sleeping in a van. Like, I don't really care. I'm not really paying attention at that point. Like, I'm just trying to get tacos because I'm a little messed up.
Let me get this straight. You made out with a girl last night?
It was really good. That was kind of like a great way to like de-escalate after.
Do you recognize that voice, Kenzie? That's not any of us in the studio.
Do you know who this is?
Wait, one more time?
Hitting me right now?
Brady?
Yeah. What happened last night? I cannot believe what you're saying.
Well, like it wasn't. I didn't think it was going to be like a huge deal. Like, why are you on the radio? Like, what? I didn't think this was going to be like a huge thing.
Because you've been completely ignoring me all of break.
Well, like,
Airbnb with a bunch of guys I don't know. You know me with a girl?
Well,
how about, are you okay? I would think you'd be, you know, like, as the caring boyfriend, are you okay? Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I think you need to get to the girl's story and get all the details, because that sounds fantastic, and get her number.
Johnjay.
Kenzie, you crossed a line. This is ridiculous. I've been so worried about you. I've not heard from you, and I cannot believe this is how I'm hearing from you. Like, we spoke after last night. Why didn't you tell me that you were almost kidnapped?
Okay, well, you know, I didn't think it was like really relevant. Like, I was going to tell you after. I just thought that like this would be like, don't ambush me on the radio. Like, this is not good.
That's kind of what this segment is, though.
Talk to me.
Yeah, we feel bad about that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Broadcast
Like, I
it
really,
to the world before you tell me.
I didn't think it was going to be like a big deal. Like, and I wanted to tell you in person. I thought that would be like the more respectful thing to do.
You'd rather wait and tell me. How would this not be a big deal?
Well, it didn't really mean anything. Like, and I hope you know that.
I don't care what it meant. It's cheating, and it's ridiculous that I'm having to hear it like this, Kenzie.
Okay. Obviously, I messed up, and I'm really sorry. And you know, I care about you. So, like, can we?
You care about me? No. If you cared about me, you wouldn't have done any of this. I don't know if
we had a crazy fight. We had a crazy fight before we left. I didn't know. Like, I didn't know if you still liked me. I didn't know where we were. Like, I was just trying to have the most fun that I could on my trip.
Being concerned about this exact thing that you turned around and did. I don't know if I can do this anymore.
Oh, you're going to break up with her.
Okay. No. Like, I'm Brady, you know, I'm really sorry. Like, that was a total idiot move of me.
Clearly you're
talk
not.
about this? Like, I am. Can we not do it this way? Like, can you not, like, walk away from me right now? Like, I would really like for you to just, like, have a conversation with me, like, normally. Like, I don't want you to break up with me, like, right now, especially.
You guys should have that conversation off the air.
Yeah.
But let me just say this to you. What if the kidnapping thing was a for real kidnapping? And what if, because you didn't call the police, somebody else got kidnapped? And we'll hear about it in the news.
Oh, my gosh.
What if that? You guys.
Then
I'm
she
saying
probably
that
feels
because
even
we're going to get
worse.
text messages of why we didn't consider we weren't.
I know. Well, that's why.
So you might want to look into that, see if anybody was kidnapped in San Diego over the weekend.
Okay. I'll do more research on that. Like, I clearly have a lot of things to, you know.
You do.
All
right. Now, here's the thing, Brady. If you break up with her over the phone, Brady, let me tell you what you're doing. You're giving her the okay to hook up with some of the guys that are on the Airbnb.
That is true.
And then if you guys come back and talk, and she's going to be like, I didn't hook up with anybody until you broke up with me. Like, if anything, don't break up with her yet. Wait till she comes home, then break up with her. Then you kind of ruin the chances of her hooking up with somebody. And then also, you know what I mean? Just trying to give you a
Now
little...
that she knows that plan, she still kind of has the okay.
Right, but I'm just telling, for future people breaking up, when you ruin their vacation, don't break up with them until they come back, because they're going to ruin your life. All right.
I mean, clearly it didn't stop her from cheating yet.
She hasn't officially cheated.
Yeah,
Stress response. She had a stress response to a traumatic moment.
Cheating.
If my girlfriend hooked up with a girl, I'd be like, oh, that's beautiful.
But that's you.
Do you
Other
love
people
her?
would have.
I know.
a lot of
I'm
issues
trying to
with
get
it.
Brady to look at it a different way. Okay, you guys, thanks for jumping on the air with us.
All right.
Kenzie, do your research and find out if anybody was kidnapped and then call the police. All right, it's Johnjay and Rich. Spring break bust.
Squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up.
Johnjay and Rich. I got a DM from Nicole, and she needs advice, and I find this so interesting. So I asked her to come on the air with us. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. I don't know how to feel about my situation with my husband, so hoping you guys can help.
So what is your situation? How can we help you, Nicole?
My husband's birthday was this past week, and for months he's been talking about the total lunar eclipse, the one that happened on Friday, the blood moon, and how he'd wanted to camp and see the eclipse under the stars. So I spent the past few months planning, getting tents and camping things. We have 3 kids, so making sure everything's ready for our trip. A couple weeks before the trip, we found out weather at our campsite wasn't going to allow us to see the eclipse, so I had to change the location. So then Wednesday, we leave to go on our camping trip. We get to our campsite, we set up, everything is great. You know, I have everything for his birthday, steaks and balloons, all that stuff. We get there, we camp the first night, it's great. The second day we wake up and it's really, really windy. And this is the day of the eclipse, so the eclipse is going to be that night. I spent the whole day trying to windproof our tent and put the guy lines in and stuff like that so that the wind doesn't blow everything away. And it was just a crazy day because it was windy and we weren't expecting that, so we didn't get to do the things we wanted to do. But we got to see the eclipse. My kids were asleep, of course, but me and my husband were laying out under the stars. We saw the eclipse. It was great. The next morning, which was actually his birthday, we woke up and he was like, well, I think we should head home because it was still windy and cold for us. So we pack everything up and we head back home towards Flagstaff, and all the highways are closed. So we had to stop and stay in a hotel in Prescott. It was his birthday. I still had his cake. And then Saturday, we wake up, the freeways are open, we come home. And at this point, I'm just like exhausted, physically, emotionally, like everything exhausted. So we're unpacking everything, and I just kind of, keep to myself. I like to do puzzles. I was in my room doing puzzles a lot over the weekend. And so Sunday night-ish, my husband starts acting really weird, like he's upset. And he said, I'm just a little, feeling a little sad. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. And so the next morning he says, oh, I want to talk to you. And I said, okay, well, I got to go to work. So I left for work. We do the whole day. I come home from work. The kids are asleep. And he says that he is sad that I didn't do anything for his birthday. I didn't have balloons. I didn't make a huge deal out of it. And he's upset, even though I planned the camping trip. And so I don't really know how to feel about it because I was planning on doing a little cake and a few gifts today. But after his reaction and behavior on Monday, I don't really want to. So I was just wondering what you guys thought about the conversation.
I feel like you put in a lot of effort for his birthday. Planning a trip, and especially packing everything for 3 kids for a normal trip outside of a camping trip, is a lot of work. Your plans changed when you were going to go home. You still did a celebration in the hotel room. What more does he want?
I don't know. I make a big deal out of birthdays because I never celebrated birthdays when I was a kid. So I always make a big deal. And he was like, there was no balloons. He expected me to do another.
You're supposed to go somewhere in Prescott and find a balloon place?
Is he turning 7?
That's what I was going to ask. I'm like, how old is this man?
That's
Sounds
I'm
very
like,
childish.
Dude, we're almost 40. I don't understand. And he was like, well, when we got home, you could have done something. And I'm like, well, I was going to. But
he sounds
the fact
ungrateful
that you're
to me.
being
it's weird because you did this thing for his birthday.
Yeah. Right. Did you forget
his
about that?
It's I'm doing my birthday's in September, and I'm doing something in 2 weeks. And my wife's like, well, that can be your birthday present. I'm like, hell yeah.
Right.
So when it comes to my birthday, I'll be like, oh yeah, you did that thing a few months ago. I don't understand.
So you had said that you go big on birthdays because you didn't really celebrate them as a kid. How was his birthdays growing up?
I mean, they had parties. It wasn't a huge deal, but the normal kids' birthday parties.
Does he usually go all out for your birthdays?
I go all out for the kids. I make little T-shirts for their birthday parties. I do go all out, but these are for the kids. For him, I normally have little decorations and stuff.
But you did go all out.
Right,
you did plan a trip. I feel like we're missing something. Can we call him?
I don't know. He'll probably get upset, but sure.
He's already upset.
We don't want to make him upset because they don't want to fall back on you.
I feel like, are we missing something?
I know, but that's why I asked, does he usually go all out for your birthday and he feels like somehow that wasn't reciprocated because on the actual day...
But plans changed. It was windy. It was cloudy.
What I'm saying is I'm trying to give him the benefit out. I'm trying to see his point of it.
But
so he usually goes all out and does something like, we're going for a trip, but then on your actual day, it's a big deal to him for some reason. Maybe that's what we would be missing.
He's like, we didn't get T-shirts.
You know how we do second update? Are you leaving something out? And they usually are leaving something out. It doesn't make sense. If we call him, is he going to be like, oh yeah, she brought her boyfriend with her? You know what I mean? What are we missing?
Exactly. My other husband. No, this is the entire story. He was very upset that I didn't do something when we came back since the day of his birthday. It was so hectic with the storm and everything.
Is there another occasion?
I was going to do.
Maybe he thought it's for another occasion that weekend that you planned. It's not for his birthday, although you had balloons. I know. I'm trying to understand.
Did you ever yell?
I'm trying to. That's what I'm saying. We're missing something.
I don't think we're missing anything. I think he just sounds very ungrateful.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Your whole marriage? Is this the first time something like this has happened?
I mean, this, I've done this much work and he just doesn't seem he was like, oh, I appreciate that you did the camping trip, but why didn't you do these other things? I don't know.
I don't like his attitude.
Sheesh.
Unless you guys had a big fight and you're like, I am never taking this family anywhere ever again. And then he's feeling a little certain way about that. Did that fight happen?
No.
Oh.
No. I mean,
okay, then.
even in the trip, even when everything was stressful, he's like, we're having an adventure. And, you know, that's what he's telling the kids. Like, he was never, like, upset or never seemed upset about the situation. He seemed very happy when I brought the cake I had out at the hotel.
You should be upset that you don't have balloons. Stop it.
But hold on. If you step back for a second, there's a lot of good things that happen in the story as far as your relationship goes. He's like, hey, can I talk to you? Like forget what the context was. The fact that he was like, I have a problem. Can I bring it up to you? That's a big step. That's communication.
Yeah.
That's like, hey, I have an issue. You didn't do something for my birthday. So I feel like we're missing something. So if you would mind, I think we should call him and we'll try to be very gentle and ask his opinion, unless you don't feel comfortable with it.
We can call him. We could totally call him. But I don't know how to feel. And I'm like, I'm kind of upset, but I don't want to be upset with him.
You're not going to do anything for him. You're like, I already did what I was going to do for you, and you didn't appreciate that, so why would I do more?
Yeah.
So I think we got to approach it like in the interest of like healthy communication.
Totally. What's his name, Nicole?
David.
David.
Happy birthday, David.
Hey, does he know you listen to our show?
He does.
Hello.
David.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Johnjay and Rich, the radio show.
Okay.
Can we talk to you for a second on the radio?
Sure.
Okay. Do we wake you up?
Kind of. Who's talking to you right now?
This is Johnjay right now, but you have Rich, Kyle, Payton. We're all here.
Hi.
Okay. Hi.
Okay. Hey, happy birthday. Your birthday was Friday, right?
Happy late birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so you guys went out and looked at the whole lunar eclipse. That was awesome, I heard.
We did. It was great.
Yeah, so your wife called us. She loves you. She thinks you're amazing.
Okay.
And she was telling us about the camping trip and what she put together for your birthday. And by the way, she told us how you said, hey, can I talk to you? You wanted to talk to her about something. You were a little let down about her birthday, right? About the birthday surprise she had for you, or the present.
Okay.
Okay? Am I right?
Yeah.
I give you mad props for saying to your wife, can we talk about something? I think that's a big step for guys. So that's some great leadership and being very vulnerable, in my opinion. So congratulations.
Okay.
Okay. So here's where I'm going. She called us for advice because she said you were unhappy about the birthday. And I feel like we're missing something. So we're hoping we can get your point of view of why you were upset about the birthday or irritated.
I'd rather not really get into that on the radio.
Oh. Are we missing something?
Like I said, I'm not getting into that on the radio.
Okay. Well, Nicole is with us. Nicole, do you want to say hi to your husband?
Hi, David. How are you?
Hi.
I just really don't I don't know what to think or what to do about the situation because I'm just I feel like I did so much work and you didn't appreciate the work I did for your birthday, and I just don't know how to feel about it.
Okay. Well, let's talk about that.
I told them the story. I told them about the trip and how we had to leave early. It was windy. A lot of stuff went wrong. We stuck in Prescott. And then we came home and I was keeping to myself because I was tired. And then you said that you were bothered that I didn't do an extra thing for you when we got home. I should have had streamers or balloons or T-shirts like I do for the kids. But I feel like I did the whole camping trip, and I don't understand how it could be why didn't you do more?
Come home and let's talk about it.
Can't you talk about it right here, right now, so we can give our audience can get closure?
No, I'd rather not.
What if we gave you free tickets to see the new movie Snow White?
No, thanks.
No, you take your kids?
It's like a date night. You could do it together for your birthday celebration.
I got to run, but thanks, guys. Let's talk at home, babe.
You hung up.
Man, Nicole. How long you guys been married?
12 years.
Is he a nice guy?
He is. He's a great guy. He's not a bad husband. This whole situation is just a lot, and I don't know. Now I'm like, probably just made it worse.
No, I don't know about that.
No, it's okay.
I don't know about that. But you know what? It sounds like you both are tired. And we all know from getting up super early that if you have a lot of sleep and you're well rested, that wouldn't bother you at all. Go completely, like 7.5 Richter scale on the earthquake when you're tired. So he might just be overtired and emotional and feeling a certain way that once you guys get to sleep and maybe go get some food and hang out a little bit, he'll probably be fine.
Also, maybe he was a little caught off guard, you know what I mean? And sometimes people have this stigma of, out on the radio, everyone's going to know it's me. But it's kind of like you were calling us as a neutral party to get advice because you really didn't want to be irrational about it. You wanted to make sure that your feelings were sort of justified. And so I think maybe if he's upset about the whole talking to you on the radio thing, I would just explain it I was just trying to get third-party advice because I really am confused about this and didn't want to unnecessarily be upset with you if you were upset with me.
Okay.
If there's anything we can do to make it better, just let us know.
Okay. Thank you guys so much.
So sorry. Call us back and let us know what happened.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
He said, are you serious? I try, but I can't figure out.
Johnjay and Rich. Miss Sherelle, good morning.
Good morning. I have a comment about maybe why that gentleman's upset with his wife for his birthday.
Okay.
Because some women give their husbands special gifts only on their birthday and Christmas. And he didn't get that special gift, if you know what I'm saying.
How do we not sniff that out?
Sexual.
How do we miss that, Michelle?
Because he doesn't want to talk about it on the radio, and that might be something she does for him every birthday, and he didn't get that this year.
It was my wife's birthday yesterday, and she did not want that from her before her birthday. I was trying.
Ladies who don't want that or give that, I'm so sad for them.
All right, thanks for calling in.
That definitely will put a guy in a bad mood.
Johnny, good morning.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up? What's up?
Just cruising to Phoenix right now, headed to work.
All right, man. From where?
From Blythe, California.
All right. Right on, man. Well, thanks for listening. What's going on?
Oh, no, I was listening to that story about that David fella and on his birthday. I think the guy is pretty. I mean, he was probably appreciated on what he got, as in balloons and his cake and all. But he was probably looking forward for something else when he got home from his wife. And I mean, that's pretty much. He probably don't want to talk on the radio for the fact that it's probably something rated R.
Yeah.
Well, we clearly missed that, didn't we?
Yeah,
we really missed that.
None of us were thinking that at all.
Yeah, because I think, you get your gifts and all, and a lot of times when you're getting a little older or whatnot, and the gift doesn't really matter, and what really matters is,
love,
the late night, dinner, and movie, and what happens after that.
No,
Netflix.
You're right, and that explains the kind of crappy mood he was in too.
Does it?
Yes, it does.
Oh yeah, because some people just don't want to talk about it, and some people will if they're all open or whatnot. But
it's quick fix.
Yeah. You know what? With the late night movie, some popcorn, and a little bit of different type of gifts would have been perfect.
All right, Johnny. Thanks for calling in.
All righty. You guys have a good one.
You too. I totally brain farted on that. I can't believe the four of us, especially me, missing out on something like that. Sexual.
Yeah, but
what?
That's you're such a baby if you're going to make such a big deal about just
about
that.
Not getting
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's a tradition in their house.
It
Every
could be.
birthday.
You know what? You're right.
Think
It
about
could
this.
be.
Let's say your husband, Kyle, is furious today and you don't know why. Because we all know every Sunday you guys do it. What if it didn't happen yesterday for whatever reason? You'd be like, and you're like, what's wrong with you?
The fact that can just adjust and shift your mood so much, though, is crazy.
It is, and it's also incredibly accurate. Yes.
Yeah, I was going to share this text exchange that happened on Friday with my wife. See if I can find it. Because I thought I was on the fence about sharing it, but then I thought it was too damn good. So here's what happened. She leaves notes for herself I'm sure it's very common because she'll get up and she'll be like, take the dogs to the groomer or whatever, and she leaves little notes like that. And I can't remember what the note was she left on Friday morning by her stuff. And it was upstairs in our bathroom, and it was like, let's just say it was take the dogs to the groomer. I took the note, I wrote on there, husband's going to bend me over. That's what I wrote.
Oh, my God.
That's what I wrote.
Johnjay.
Okay. So then I go downstairs. Like, I have my whole routine, and I'm walking out the door, and I grab my wallet. And on my wallet, there's a piece of paper. And I'm like, what the hell is this? I open it, and it's a little love note from her. And she says, I'm looking forward to our date night tonight, with a little heart on it. And I was like, oh, that's cute. I'm like, oh, God, she's going to read my note first.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You're going to be like, ugh.
Nothing she probably doesn't already expect from you, though, Johnjay.
Anyway, none of that happened, by the way. Although we did have a good fun date night. I went to the Suns game, and it was great. But, I mean, there was none of the... And she's like, I can't believe you left that note for me after you read my note. And I go, no. I wrote that first before I saw your note.
We just have a different way of communicating the same kind of love.
Yeah. I couldn't tell if she was mad or not, but I don't think she was. Although... there was no bending over. So, anyway. We're going to get some entertainment news. Colin Payton spilling the tea on Iggy Azalea, Kanye West, Kelly Clarkson, Drake. So much to get to. All next. Johnjay and Rich.
Don't drunk dial your ex. Drunk dial us. Call our Johnjay and Rich drunk dial line. 602-888-1933.
Johnjay and Rich. There's a lot of entertainment news to get to, but would you guys mind starting, Kyle, with Amanda Seyfried? And I'll tell you why.
Sure, yeah. Amanda Seyfried, she actually tried out for Wicked, and she tried out for Ariana Grande's role, and she said it was one of the most incredible experiences, even though she didn't get the part.
I've never felt that solid in my voice than I did at the auditions, and that's kind of what I got out of it. I do, again, think everything happens for a reason. I mean, that's beautiful. We listen to Defying Gravity every day.
I'm glad it's not ruined for you. I'm glad it's still a happy thing.
Oh my God. No. It's funny, though. I also got to sing with Cynthia, and that was a moment in itself.
No. So one of the reasons I think she's doing press is because she's the star of that show I was telling you about on Peacock. And I know her from that show on Peacock, although she looks familiar. And I didn't Google her or anything, but it started hitting me when I saw this story in the news yesterday. I'm like, she sings? Then I remember, isn't she the Mamma Mia girl too?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah.
She's Karen.
Well, here she's a cop solving a serial killer, and I don't see her as a singer. So I was kind of I was like, oh my God, wow. So, and then Wicked is also on Peacock.
Yeah, just
So
released.
I watched literally 3 minutes of it. I had to turn it off.
You have to get past
so good.
The first part is the worst part.
Okay, good. Thank God. Because I do trust, Kyle, your TV movie viewing and musical viewing. So I was like,
it's so funny because after we saw the movie, that's the first thing I said to Payton. I was like, I feel like we could do without that first two scenes.
Thank you.
I feel like I appreciate it now knowing the whole movie. But that Amanda Seyfried clip, I've got to say, she is holding herself with so much grace because did you guys hear that interview with Cynthia Erivo when she slammed the other two girls who were auditioning?
I heard about that.
It was an interview with Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, and Cynthia Erivo was like, well, thank God it wasn't the two other girls I was auditioning with.
No. But you don't know who those girls were if Amanda was one of them, because I bet a million people tried out for that part.
Well, she sang with her.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, though. The way that she said it seems like Amanda Seyfried was probably down to the last two, and she did that interview after the Cynthia Erivo.
I'm just trying to be glass half full.
I know, but I'm good for you, Amanda Seyfried, for carrying yourself a class.
Yeah.
Speaking of glass half full, how about Drake?
So Drake is a big gambler. We know he puts all kinds of money on all kinds of things. So in an interview, they asked him, what's the most amount of money you've ever made gambling?
The biggest win I ever had, I was actually in Dave & Buster's. This is a testament to playing in a brick and mortar casino or real casino versus playing on state. I was getting this random girl to call roulette numbers for me. I hit 8 out of 10 numbers. I think by the end of the night, we had won $40 million. It's crazy.
And what is
$40 million?
An extra $40
What Dave & Buster's is this?
In one night.
I always get tickets.
That's what I said. I was like, I don't remember there ever being actual gambling at Dave &
Does
Buster's.
he need 40 million tickets and he got a little stuffed dinosaur for that?
I did say dollars.
Did you guys see that Drake rented out some club to gamble and listen to Sabrina Carpenter songs? That was it.
I mean, you're Drake. If you want to do what you want to do, I guess that's what's happening.
What do you got on Lizzo, Payton?
Oh, well, Lizzo, she confronted Young Miami, who is a part of the City Girls rap group. Young Miami went on the Shannon Sharpe show and basically made a comment about Lizzo's weight loss. And in the interview with Shannon Sharpe, Young Miami is like, can we pick a side? Like, let's take Lizzo, for example. Before she lost all this weight, everybody was like, ew, gross. And then now she's lost all this weight and everybody's still like, ew, gross. And so Lizzo got onto a live stream and called Young Miami and tried to put her on blast, but she didn't answer.
Oh.
I was like, dang, that would have been crazy. But.
Speaking of ooh, gross, what about Alec Baldwin?
Yeah, ew, gross.
Oh my gosh. So, he's got his reality show with his wife, Hilaria, and he opened up about a moment that was really awkward for him when he ran into one of her exes.
I've seen one of the loves of her life naked.
Not the love of her life.
He was one of the loves of her life. He was a very important boyfriend of hers. And we went to go see him on Broadway, and he was naked. The guy literally turns around, and we were all like, ah, whoa.
How can you remember this more than I do?
And when you meet him backstage, and you can't pay attention to a word he's saying, then he's looking at me going, yeah, the show and this and that and this. And I'm like, you have like a baseball bat that you stuff into your pants every day. How does that work for you?
Wow.
I saw I didn't actually hear the audio of that clip. I only saw the headline. And in my head, I was like, why would you want to tell the world this? Like, why is that something that we need to know? But when I hear it in context, it makes it a lot more.
Right.
Wow.
It's a pretty funny moment because, how awkward is it running into your significant other's ex in any way, but to see them naked and then have them
On
be
Broadway.
like, oh, wow, factor.
I just told my son this story years ago. I was in Mexico at a club with my dad, and there was I was eating a hot dog outside the club. I love Mexican hot dogs, and I spilled mustard and all the salsa down my shirt, and then we went into the club. And as we went into the club, there's a VIP area, and the club's all roped off with stanchions, and there was this dude there by himself, and he's looking at me, and it was Blake's ex-boyfriend before me.
Oh.
And he's Mexican. I was like, hey! And I was drunk, and I was like, hey! Who's your Blake's boyfriend? And he's like, yeah, I'm dead here now, man. And I'm like, oh my God, that guy must have thought, what I got mustard down my shirt. My shirt was, a button broke off my shirt, like the second button down. I was just a disaster.
She traded down.
Big time. What about Kelly Clarkson?
Kelly Clarkson just celebrated her 1,000th show. And in it, she did like a little speech on her show, thanking basically everyone that she works with and kind of dropping maybe like a red flag about her personal life.
For 1,000 episodes, we have laughed together, we have cried together with beautiful stories, celebrated and competed together. I've lost alone a lot, and along the way, we found comfort in one another.
I lost a lot.
Yeah. And everyone's like, oh, and she's like, it's okay. But I mean, think about it. Like, since the show started, she went through her divorce. She just had I think 20 days where she wasn't even on her show and everyone thought she was missing. And it was like supposedly a family emergency. So she's probably got all that on her mind. But then she's like, listen, we've come through it together. And she just was expressing her gratitude to everyone that works on the show and has been a part of it.
You come for the Johnjay and Rich, but let's be honest, you stay for Kyle and Payton. It's Johnjay and Rich.
Here's a 480 text. Just says, Johnjay and Rich, love you guys. No need to call them back. We'll just read it. Thank you for listening. Now, this other number, let's call them back, guys. 91.
Hello.
Hey, it's Johnjay and Rich calling about your text.
Oh, hi.
Hi, what's your name?
My name's Courtney.
Courtney, tell everyone what your text is about, please.
Okay. So we ordered fast food for dinner because I didn't want to cook. It was Sunday. And I went and picked it up. And I had asked the guy, when I picked it up, I was like, hey, is everything in here? He's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. And I literally opened it up and looked. I'm like, okay, everything looks great. Then I get home. I set all the food down in the kitchen. I went upstairs to change. I came back down and my girls were eating, but my boys came down. And they were like, there's not enough chicken. I was like, what are you talking about? I ordered the family meal. There's 3 boxes of chicken. And my oldest son, who is 18, he's like, I thought he took it all. So I'm like, why'd you take all the chicken? And he's like, I didn't take all the chicken. And I was looking at the boxes. And I'm like, oh, crap, we're missing one. And so I called. I told my husband, I'm like, you're going to have to go down there. I've been out all day. I don't want to go again. So I called them, and I was like, this happens all the time. And I'm so tired of this. This is the 3rd time this has happened at this location. And I thought I checked when I was there. The guy said that it was there. It's not here. And then my daughter, my 9-year-old daughter, slides a lunchbox next to me and pulls out the chicken. I was like staring at her while I'm on the phone with the manager, whose name is Karen, acting like a Karen myself. And she just slides it to me and walks away like, you can finish dealing with this now.
Wow.
So you're mid-yelling with the manager, and then what do?
She was telling me, like, just give me your name and he can come get it. And I was like, his name's Chris. Thanks. And I hung up. And I was like...
Did Chris ever go pick up the extra chicken
Like
or no?
at that point, you're too far in. You can't be like, oh, my daughter just handed it. You just got to go with it.
I would do the same thing.
Right.
I would feel
hung up
bad.
with her. And then my husband came in the kitchen. He's like, so am I going? And I was like, absolutely not. And then he was like, what happened? And then I told him. And then I was like, Kaylee, like my daughter's name's Kaylee. I was like, why did you do that? She's like, I didn't want Cameron to steal everything. He's such a big back.
Oh my gosh. She starts singing Big Back to him.
I like the way you said in the text, you go, I was embarrassed because what'd you have to do to your attitude?
Oh, I was like, I had to Uno reverse.
Uno reverse or attitude.
And I ended up calling back, and I was like, hey, Karen, so this is what happened.
She's like, of
And
course,
she was
we're
like-
never wrong here.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
I think I would have gone and I would have picked up the food and then just paid for it as a big tip. You guys are great. Here's $40.
I probably should have been like, hey, you know what? You guys did have everything in there. I just was testing you to see if you paid attention.
I'm with corporate.
In reality, my daughter was trying to hide the chicken for later.
Secret shopper here.
I'm with corporate. I want to see how you handled the situation. Great job. You did it. You take your clipboard and make a big check mark. All
As
right,
you were.
I'll see you guys later. As you were.
Carry on.
You did this whole thing to make up.
It was so funny, and so I was just like, I couldn't believe. And then my daughter started crying like she was in trouble. I was like, why would you, like, the moment I picked up the phone to call them and be like, hey, this happened, why wouldn't you just like, Mom, no, I hid it from Cameron, I hid it from my brother. Like, why did you let me sit there? I was sitting next to her while I was calling. Like, why would she do that? And she's just eating her chicken that she had put on her plate. She's just eating, and I'm like telling Panda Express off, and I was like, oh my gosh, you are kidding me right now.
Well, listen, thank you so much for calling and sharing that story with us.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling. Have a great day.
Have a good day. Bye.
It's Johnjay and Rich.
I'm a sucker for you. Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Joe.
Kevin.
What's up? I'm Nick, and we're the Jonas Brothers.
With Johnjay and Rich.
It's Johnjay and Rich. So get this. The Jonas Brothers have announced the dates for their upcoming 20th anniversary tour. I remember the conversation with the guy that handles the Jonas Brothers saying, there's this new band, they're brothers, can you guys please interview them? And we're like, oh, dude. Do you remember that?
Very much so.
And we were like, oh, come on. He goes, they're brand new. Nobody cares. I remember we had just kind of started. We maybe been on the air a year or two. And I was like, dude, we're too new of a show to put on a band no one's ever heard of before. But we did it. And then we moved up to Phoenix. I was in Tucson. We moved to Phoenix. We had them in again right there in the corner. And then we've had them in some, out of all the artists, I think, that are in the world, I think we've done more things with the Jonas Brothers than any other artist. Would you agree?
Yeah, and we did a little concert with them in the parking lot of...
Oh, yeah, Tucson, Cherokee Tucson.
Just on the back of a truck.
That was another time.
Yeah.
And then they did Fuson. Mm-hmm. And then I remember Joe was hanging out here one time in our other office back there.
Then we did the Marquee with the Jonas Brothers. That was
Rub
a
it in
really
my
big
face,
show.
why don't you? Keep on bringing it.
But here's the thing that blows me away. They're going on tour. It's their 20th anniversary.
That doesn't make sense to me.
What the hell? That is crazy. Now, there's something even extra cool with this, and the college about your husband.
Yeah, so I shared with you guys on their last tour. My husband does like radio and TV voiceovers. So he's like the guy on the news that tells you, you know, you're in danger driving into work. Here's why. And he also has started doing a bunch of like concert tours. So he will audition if Beyonce's going on tour or whoever. And the last time the Joe Bros went on tour, he got hired to be the voice of the tour, and they ended up literally posting his voice on their social media.
Happiness is back. Jonas Brothers live in Vegas. For 5 exclusive summer nights you won't want to miss at Dolby Live at Park MGM.
That's him.
June 3rd.
So cool.
4th,
And it was cool because like in the
10th,
post,
11th.
the Joe Bros are like pointing at the sound like, yeah, that's us. They were so excited that he was announcing the tour.
By the way, we need a contestant. We're going to play a game, And the prize is tickets to Jonas Brothers. 877-937-1047.
So he got word that they were doing another tour and he had to audition for it. And they picked him again.
20 years of Jonas, living the dream tour. Performing Nick Solo and the administration, Joe and DNCE, and the Jonas Brothers, Kevin, Nick, and Joe. Together with Marshmello, the greatest celebration of Jonas ever in one incredible show. Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m. at livenation.com.
That's my husband.
So that commercial is airing everywhere as they go on tour.
Every city that the tour stops in, he records a different commercial that says what city is it in.
Oh, really?
And then, yeah.
That's so
That's
cool.
so awesome. Do your kids know how cool their parents are? This is amazing.
I don't think we're very cool, but that is a cool thing. And they do get excited about, like, the artists that they know.
Okay.
They didn't really care about, like, Bruce Springsteen.
Right.
Neat.
But, yeah.
You know what's interesting is I knew Nick went solo. I didn't know it was called Nick and the Administration. Is that thing?
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that either.
I mean, I know DNCE.
Yeah.
Right? So that's kind of cool that they're going to play all those songs. And then it was like kind of Kevin really didn't do anything.
And it was like, and then Kevin.
He had a reality show.
Nick and the Administration. Joe and DNCE.
Nick's still here.
Kevin and his wife and kids from E Entertainment.
Poor Kevin. I love Kevin.
Lacey, good morning. Lacey.
Good morning. Good morning.
I sure hope you're a Jonas Brothers fan.
Oh, yes, I am. You have no idea.
Name one song.
Oh, well, Sucker.
Okay. All right, good. That's
Roller
good.
Coaster.
That's a good one.
Okay. What are we going to play? What game?
We're going to play mic drop. So this is how you do it. You guys have the opportunity to get 3 points. I'm going to give you guys a word that is in a song title. You have the opportunity to get a point from singing the song singing a song that has the word that I give you. You have a point for singing the song that I pick that I gave you the word, and you get a point for energy. So if you guys are bringing it and you have fun, you'll automatically get a point, but the plan is to win the Joe Bro tickets. Okay, round 1, we're going to start with you, Johnjay. This round is girls who have dated Jonas Brothers that are singers.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. Now you really got to think.
Yeah. Okay, so mind you, Johnjay, you can get 3 points right here. Your word is love.
Love on the world. Love. Jonas Brothers. I was thinking of Jonas Brothers song, Love, but no, I know it's a Taylor Swift song probably. Love Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, love bites.
Okay, that
love
was
bites.
close enough.
Love hurts.
Okay, let's see. This is what I had.
A love story.
Right, Johnjay. It was Taylor Swift, but unfortunately, you did not get that song right. But you did get 2 points for energy and for singing whatever song that was. Okay. Richie, same topic.
Yeah.
Girls who have dated Jonas Brothers.
Uh-oh.
Your word is me.
Let's talk. Oh, Toby Keith. Talk about me. But that he wasn't a girl that he didn't date the Jonas Brothers.
No, he didn't. But that's a song and energy, I guess. This is what I was thinking of.
So that you know, this is real. This is me.
Demi Lovato.
I forgot she dated a Joe Bro.
She did. She
That's
dated
right.
Joe. She dated Joe, and that was like my whole childhood. I stand them.
I do really like Demi.
Yeah, Demi's awesome. Okay, Kyle. I'm really excited for this one. Your word is best.
Take the best of me. Something, yeah. It's Hillary Duff.
I'll take that, but that is not what I was thinking of.
Oh, no, I was close.
You guys, today, 19 years ago, the first Hannah Montana episode aired. Ah, my life! I'm so excited.
We
about
need a
this
cake.
Entire game. Best of both worlds. Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana, Kyle. You did get 2 points right there. But Lacey, now it's your chance right here.
Okay.
To get on the board and tie it up with these guys. Hopefully, take the lead. Your word is down.
Down. Oh, shoot.
Come on, Lacey. Any song that has the word down.
Going down.
I like that song, though.
Yeah.
That's literally what I was thinking too, though. That's
Fall Out Boy? Fall Out Boy one?
Tayo Cruz?
No,
Is she doing Tayo Cruz?
I think Tayo Cruz is
I was going, I'm going down, Venezuela.
That is not it.
Is that not Fall Boy?
No, I think that is Fall Boy.
You're doing Sugar, We're Going Down.
This is actually what I was thinking of. Baby, show me. Selena Gomez. Calm down.
Oh, yeah.
This one was a little tricky, but it's okay. We're going to move on to round 2, Lacey, and I'm sure you are going to crush it this next round. I'll give you 2 points for singing Down, Down, Tayo Cruz. That's a hit. All right. Round 2, Johnjay. Round 2 is Jonas Brothers songs, either as Joe Bros or as independent artists. Okay? Round 2, Johnjay. Your word is up.
Up and away, and up. I feel like this game needs to be workshopped a little bit more. It's like, I mean, I know, because I've been to the year 3000.
That does not have the word up.
I was going to keep singing it until I found out
that song. You are on the right track from the same album.
Burning up.
Burning up, baby.
See, I feel you have to. We can workshop this game later.
See, this is funny because you and I have workshopped this game, and I'm doing it how you told me to do it.
Okay, well, I'm workshopping it again. I don't know where it was, but as it evolves, it gets better.
Did it leave the workshop the first time?
Like it should be maybe love story, burning up. Maybe it's like, so, I don't know.
We'll work on it. All right, Richie, moving on to you. Your word is jealous.
Oh. I still get jealous. That's Nick Solo, right?
Richie, yes. 3 points for Richard.
I was hoping for that one.
It's a good jam.
I think you'll have good luck with the next one, Kyle. +3 for you, Rich. You are in the lead right now with 5 points. Kyle, I think you're going to be able to tie this one up. Your word is cake.
Cake by the ocean.
Yes. Talk to me, baby.
Cake by the ocean.
DNCE, Joe, Jonas, Kyle tied it up with Richie right here. All right, Lacey, you have the chance to win this right here. You got to bring the energy and sing your heart out, okay?
Okay, let's do it.
All right, your song title is Sucker.
I'm a sucker for you. Anyone but me, I'm a sucker for you. Yeah.
Baby, you know it's obvious. I'm a sucker for you.
Yes, Lacey! Way to come through at the very end. Congratulations, you Joe Bro fan. You won the game.
Yeah, I didn't really know the lyrics that well.
You did great. You won tickets.
Good, girl, yes.
I like to sing how Johnjay sings his song.
Well, Lacey, you get tickets to see the Jonas Brothers. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we'll do it every day this week. Every day this week. Hey, a quick shout out, big thank you to, is it the Chandler Municipal Airport? Is that how you say? Is that the Chandler? They let us do something so cool. We took 53 kids in foster care in Arizona, and we went. These are kids that are hoping to get adopted. And so we take pictures of them, we give them new clothes and stuff, and then we take a professional photograph of them, and they're posted on the Heart Gallery so that hopes that new parents will want to adopt them. But we try to make it a fun day. They used to do it just downtown in an office. It was terrible. So now, like the Chandler Municipal Airport let us go, and they get the walk in, get on inside airplanes and helicopters. Then we went to the tower. I've never been in an airplane tower before. It was freaking cool as heck, man, to see how they fly all the flights and the planes and stuff. So it was cool for me as well. But thank you to them. They did it. We did it through the Love Up Foundation. It was just wonderful. So thank you, Chandler Municipal Airport.
It might be the most kids we've ever had at one time, they were excited to be here.
For that, because we've done other things, yeah.
The video was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. And thank you to Carrabba's for donating all the
They
food.
are so delicious.
I know. So it was a wonderful, wonderful event. So thank you so much. Kyle, what's coming up with 3 things you need to know?
I'm going to tell you the 5 worst fast foods for your health. Next with Johnjay and Rich.
Coffee in hand, earbuds on Johnjay and Rich.
You're up.
Johnjay and Rich, the text line. Text JJR, whatever's on your mind, to 96893. A text we just got. Johnjay and Rich, I remember you guys talking about the new Kate Hudson TV series. I just started watching it. It's really, really good. It's funny and serious at the same time. I probably wouldn't have watched it if you guys didn't recommend it. Thank you. It's on Netflix. It's still top 10 on Netflix. It's not number 1. Number 1 on Netflix?
Adolescence.
Adolescence.
Mm-hmm. And the Kate Hudson show is called Running Point.
Are you going to give adolescents a try at all, Kyle?
You know what? I'm going to see like where the TV world is at when I'm done watching Dexter. If there's like a couple of like super hyped shows at the time, I might come back to adolescence. Maybe.
Okay, by the time that happens, there'll probably only be one app now.
I'm already on season 6.
You got 2 more seasons to go.
I feel like I'm moving through quite nicely.
When you finish Dexter, then are you going to go to the next Dexter, the one that came out 2 years ago?
No, because that one's fresh in my mind.
Okay,
that was only 2 years ago.
All right, well, so what do we need to know today?
Okay, so there is... For health-conscious people, sometimes you have to go and get fast food, right? And so the Eat This, Not That people analyzed all the foods from your favorite fast food restaurants, and they found the worst 5 fast foods for your health. So if you're trying to eat healthy, avoid the Bacon King from Burger King, the Big Bacon Classic Triple from Wendy's, the Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Basket from Dairy Queen. They're all kind of packed with high levels of fat, sodium, and carbs. And the Sausage Patty Breakfast Crunch Wrap from Taco Bell, the Crispy Chicken Club Wrap from Arby's. There are healthy options at all the fast food places, but those ones they found were the worst.
Those sound delicious. So that would be the not that section.
That's what I just said. If you're not health conscious and you just want something delicious, they're all probably fabulous choices. Experts think that AI tools are making us dumber. They found people who use AI tools more frequently demonstrated weaker critical thinking skills due to something known as cognitive offloading. This effect is kind of more pronounced among younger individuals. They actually found those with higher education levels tended to just retain the stronger critical thinking regardless of AI tool usage. But they said it's okay to use AI, just don't become dependent on it. You guys remember the story? It was a few weeks ago of the guy who went into the jewelry store. He posed as like a rep for an NBA player. He wanted to see a bunch of jewelry, then took the jewelry, swallowed it, and left.
Yep.
He has been at a hospital in Orlando for multiple weeks and just passed all the jewelry. They found the 2 pairs of jewelry that they knew were missing and another set of earrings that was unidentified. They've been washed. No word on what's going to happen with the jewelry, but I'm sure they'll be returned to Tiffany's, and of course he will be traveling.
I'd buy them if they're at a discount.
No, I mean they got to sell them like organically filtered.
My number 2 earrings, check them out. I mean they're big giant diamonds, so they're not going to go to waste.
Ouch!
I know.
I'm so shocked it didn't like tear up his stomach.
I know. Well, they're smaller, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, not recommended, and that's 3 things you need to know.
Payton, tell us about your mom trolling you.
Oh my goodness. So you guys know how I'm all in my rebrand era right now. And I was wearing this outfit the other day. It was my Canadian tuxedo. It was a jean jacket with like matching jean denim pants. So I went over to my friend Angel's house. We were like, quick photo shoot, whatever. We'll throw on the cowboy hat. Cute. It'll be good for Instagram. So I posted the pictures on Instagram, and one of them I'm just like looking up, I'm holding the hat. The other one I have like my hand on my chin and I'm just looking at the camera. Tell me why my mom trolled my life. So she took the pictures that I took, put them in a collage, and then did the same poses as me. And she literally is trolling me. And so
whose account is that right there? Is that your mom's?
This is my mom's
account. You got to
account.
post that on Johnjay and Rich, please. It'll be some stories.
I'll post it, yeah.
So they were kind of making fun of you?
She was making
not
fun
just
of me.
like literally trolling you.
Yeah. She literally, I'm trying to see if I can find the text message. She literally texts and she goes, I'm posting on IG. That's it.
What was her caption? Didn't she caption it?
Yeema.
That's funny.
She's hilarious. That's really good.
I was like, okay, my dad's sense of humor is definitely rubbing off on you.
Oh,
so.
for sure.
Oh, man. So speaking of relationships, I wrote this down to bring up today, but it's not like a big thing, but it's like a little thing. So, my wife and I have been married for a while. We've been together for a long time. I'm trying to always do whatever's right as a husband, and she took off to New York today. And she was getting ready for the trip. I could see that she was stressed and she had a lot of stuff to do yesterday. So I said, and if you're in a relationship or you ever plan on being in a relationship, I'm going to give you a phrase that is powerful in a relationship. I said, how can I be helpful? Right?
That's good.
That's good.
Okay.
Now, let me say this. Don't ever do that.
The list came out.
All of a sudden I had to do all these things. And I was like, wait a minute. Whoa, you're supposed to go, no, I'm fine. That's what you're supposed to say. If someone says, how can I be helpful?
Like if you ever...
No, I
That's
got
what you
this.
say to
I'm
a stranger,
okay.
not your husband.
All of a sudden, I'm going to Staples. What am I doing in Staples?
Hey,
I
Joe
look
works there.
helpless at Staples.
Say hello to my son, Joe.
Yeah,
He
I
works
don't
there.
think- different location.
Oh, okay.
And then she gives me the address of Staples, which is half a mile from my house. So I click on the maps because I'm like, where's our Staples by our house, right? So I'm like going, and navigation takes me a long way to go. I'm so angry at navigation because I'm like, why did it tell me to go that way? I could have gone this way. Anyway, I pull into Staples. I had no idea there was a Staples right there. But I walk into Staples, and I think it might be the first time I've ever been into Staples. Because I walked in, I was like, this place is humongous.
It's huge. You never went there for like school supplies or like
Office
printer
chairs?
paper?
No.
From what I hear from Joe, they sell a lot of office chairs out of that location.
No, there was a whole... I had to go buy ink for our printer.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, how can I be helpful is a horrible phrase. It's like, what's wrong? You're supposed to go, nothing.
Maybe better. It's like, I really hope you have a great trip. That would have covered everything. You wouldn't have to do anything extra.
But I feel like you're going to get extra husband points.
Right.
When I was like, why don't we just go do this stuff together? She went a couple of places, and I was like, why don't I just go with you? And then she was like, well, I had to go to FedEx, I had to go whatever. And I'm like, oh, God, thank God she didn't tell me to go to FedEx.
What are you looking for in a new smart TV? 4K picture quality, high quality and immersive sound, a sleek design? All of those are givens, but only the new Roku Pro Series has all of those and the Roku streaming experience, an award-winning OS. Get fast, easy access to all your apps like iHeart, where you can stream all your favorite music, radio, and podcasts all day, and regular all-inclusive trips to Roku City. The new Roku Pro Series, a smart TV built by the streaming pros.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
What are you looking for in a new smart TV? 4K picture quality, high quality and immersive sound, a sleek design? All of those are givens, but only the new Roku Pro Series has all of those and the Roku streaming experience, an award-winning OS. Get fast, easy access to all your apps like iHeart, where you can stream all your favorite music, radio, and podcasts all day, and regular all-inclusive trips to Roku City. The new Roku Pro Series, a smart TV built by the streaming pros.